Start starting recording. There we go. We are rolling.
Alrighty, so today we will start with House Bill 13.
We don't have House Bill 13.
Okay.
8, 10, 14, or 15.
Okay, sorry, I misheard you then. My fault. House Bill 14.
Alrighty. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Alright, so I get started on reading out House Bill 14. So, House Bill number 14, sponsor, Vice Chairman Austin Elsler. Article 1, Constitutional Court, Section 1. The Court of Ministers shall have the power to declare what laws are and not constitutional to the temporary constitution. Section 2. They must decide what is and what isn't constitutional, but unanimous vote. Not sure if I said that right. Article 2. If a law is declared constitutional, Section 1. If the Court of Ministers declares a law constitutional, the law in question shall remain as law until the citizens initiate files to challenge it. Article 3. If a law is declared unconstitutional, Section 1. If the Court of Ministers declares a law, statute, or regulation as unconstitutional, it shall not be law. Article 4. Null and void. Section 1. For laws, statutes, or regulations declared as unconditional, they shall be hereby null and void, and the right of said unconditional law, statute, or regulation shall be reserved to the people. House Floor Amendment 1 by Vice Chairman Austin Elsler. Add on to Section 1 of Article 4 saying, for law, statutes, or regulations declared as unconditional, they shall be hereby null and void, and the right of said unconditional law, statute, or regulation shall be reserved to the people to decide whether to keep it as law or abolish it through citizens' initiatives. End of House Bill file. Yes, Chairman Austin.
I'm waiting
What was the day you said?
I'm waiting for the chairwoman to call me out. Raise my hand.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm not used to icons. Yes, Minister Elsler?
She just read the whole House bill. I don't know if you heard it or not, but I just want to tell the clerk that clerk, good job, but you don't have to read the whole bill. Just the number and the sponsors, and you're good to go. But good job. Proud of you. Good job. But just the number and the sponsors. That's it. Okay. And also, before we start talking about House Bill 14, I would like to propose House Floor Amendment 1 to it first, before we pass this.
That's not enough, Mosquito. We have to act fast before the Freedom House can. $100 reward. You know what that could mean to our superhero franchise? That act is pretty old. Maybe it just died in the gutter somewhere. Even Kai, do I have to remind you that as of right now, Freedom House have 100 followers on Instagram? We have 6. The 5 of us and who's a ginger. Please, finally beating those fuckers. We're ready to start with. That cat can be anyone. We need
Well,
to put it up. Mosquito.
it doesn't sound too bad. What does...
My computer is... I don't know what my computer's doing. My computer's doing everything on its own now.
Told you get a new one. Anyways, what does Ivar have to say about it?
I honestly don't care. It seems all right.
Have you read
Why?
the bill?
Are you
I don't think
guys
you heard
waiting?
you.
Can you guys not hear me?
We can
Not
hear you.
really.
No.
I don't know about the other two, but we can hear you. Or I can.
Really, Alex? I can hear him, but it's like staticky.
Did you read the bill, Senator Ruby?
No, I will. Hold on.
And it's probably recommended if you do. Madam Chair, have you read the bill yet?
What do you think I've been doing?
Yeah, just remember, IFR, it's the House Bill number 14 that we just read.
But before we start talking about House Floor 14, I would like to propose House Floor Amendment 1 to it first before we talk about it. So at the moment, I would like for y'all to concentrate on House Floor Amendment 1. And it's in House Bill 14. Just look in House Bill 14. Go all the way to the bottom where it says House Floor Amendment 1.
Okay. Don't make that sound confusing.
I wasn't trying to. It's how it works.
Okay. I mean, it seems pretty fair. My honest opinion.
That's fair.
Honestly, I agree with the other two. It's not that bad.
Just say it's fair, Bree. It's okay.
Okay, it's fair. There. Happy?
Thanks.
Yes, Vice Chairman Elsler.
Yes, Vice Chair.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while since we've done a unicameral meeting. Clerk,
Well,
I love your opinions. I love it. I love your opinions and everything. But you don't have to give it to us. You don't have to. But I'm loving it. So if she's okay with it, I'm okay with it. I'm just letting you know you don't have to in this meeting. Because it's been a while since we had a unicameral meeting. So everyone's already forgotten what a unicameral meeting is.
Are you? I repeat.
well, it's not just the fact that we've forgotten how to do it. It's the fact that honestly, for the first night, I would think 2 bills would have been fine,
Yeah.
especially since it is on a Monday. But it's okay. If this goes over to 10 o'clock, then I'll have to get off so I can get some rest, or at
Okay.
least 10.
All right, look, let me watch this thing, keep it down.
Madam
Because
Chair.
I'm pretty sure out of everybody here, I wake up earlier than all of you.
Okay. Well, Madam Chair, we still got to vote on the House floor amendment to even pass it before we talk about House Bill 14, so I'm waiting on that.
So who calls the vote again? It's been a while.
Get the clerk to do it.
Hmm?
You can either call a roll call or get our clerk to do it.
All right, Bree, you do it.
All right, we'll start with Madam Chairwoman. Do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 14?
House floor
I
amendment.
vote. Austin, were you told to speak? That's what I thought. Yes, I vote yay for the House Bill 14.
All right. Vice Chairman Elsler, do you vote yay or nay?
I vote yes on House Floor Amendment 1.
Okay.
I vote yes for the whole thing. So.
There we go. All right. Let me make sure I get your name. Yes. It is Senator, correct?
Yeah.
All right, Senator Ivar, do you vote yay or nay on House 14? By the way, Mike is muted.
Yay.
All right. We have 4 yays, so House Bill number 14 has been passed.
Outdoor holding cell for supervillain. Why would we keep a stupidity device in there?
It's 3 A's, not 4.
You touch it again, we all fucking die.
So what's the next bill that we need to work on?
House Bill 14 is passed. Yay. Wow. I didn't think anybody would like it, honestly. I was expecting a lot more criticism, but it's fine.
Actually, pause. He's to my left. Oh, do you know he's to my right? Austin, why would you be so pessimistic about your own bills?
I was just expecting a lot more words from it.
Opposition.
Yeah, actually.
Well, it's not that bad, really. It reads very well.
It involves your branch of government, so I was expecting more.
Again, if I say it's fair, it's pretty fair.
Okay. Hey, I'm good. It passed. So.
Yeah. So that makes it 3 nays. No, 3 yeas.
Yeah.
3 yeas, 0 nays, and 3 absent.
Yeah. Well.
I think that would be at least 4 absent.
4 absent.
But with 4 absent, House Bill 14 passes. Along with Section 1 of it. All of it passes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm happy. All right. The next House bill on the list is House Bill 50. Yes, Austin.
Oh, okay. I mean, you were gonna say I thought I was gonna say it for you, but no, it's all good. I was the sponsor, so I thought I was gonna introduce it, but no, you can go ahead and say it. It's fine. Sorry.
So the next House bill on the list is House Bill 15.
All right.
Now, we all will take our direction to read this House bill.
Well, that took long enough. Supremacy device active.
Yes, Senator Vice Chair Ellsler.
I just want to request that House Bill to be the next bill to discuss on the list.
Why?
Because without that one, House Bill 15 will never work.
Fine. We shall read House Bill 8 after voting on House Bill 15. No, sorry. Read House Bill 8. Did I say after voting? I'm pretty sure I did. I thought I said before.
Yeah, you said after.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
I didn't hear myself say after.
I told you not to fuck with that. You touch it again, we all fucking die. You get the fucking cube?
I read the bill.
I did too.
I've already read it.
Superheroes.
Just waiting on you guys.
have a superhero persona. On Instagram. Do you have a Instagram page?
Alrighty, are we?
Well, I guess I can create one for you.
Yes, Vice Chairman.
So the first thing you need to fill out on your character.
Another dude, just get the meeting going. Can I ask the clerk to say the title and sponsor for House Bill 15 for us?
Did you say 14 or 15?
15.
Okay. House Bill number 14,
You need to find out
15.
the title.
15.
You see, there's
15.
superheroes have a compelling backstory. And from that
That's what
backstory,
it's.
powers
All right. So the title of the House Bill 15 is amending NRS Chapter 2 relating to the executive branch of government. The sponsor, Vice Chairman Austin Elsler. Okay. Has everybody read the House Bill 15?
Yep.
All right.
Over there.
So, what does everyone think about this bill?
Well, the Madam Chairman's supposed to be the one asking that.
Welcome, no, not there.
What does everybody think about House Bill 15?
I'm the
Well,
sponsor, so should I be testifying for it?
Man, I guess I'm not in that position.
You're the one that's got to tell me to testify, or we just go ahead and pass it to the floor.
Austin, do you want to be gavelled? You talked out of turn. We talked about this.
Okay.
Alrighty. First of all, yes, you will testify. But first, I need opinions. And then you'll be able to testify instead. We're going to do a little backwards. I kind of want to see how this works for this one. Okay?
Okay.
Clerk, you first. What's your
All right,
opinion?
well, I like the idea, but it could also be a little bit iffy depending on the people that you would choose for the military and other personnel for like police and consult and all that good stuff, because you never know the person that could be the right sort that will follow through with the laws themselves. But then again, I also approve of it, so I'm kind of neutral. That's my opinion, at least.
In the mirror, and you tell them no. And that's
Okay. Ube, Senator Ube, what is your opinion?
I have the same opinion on as the clerk here, but I'm neutral.
What if your parents' door? You had to stop them. According to your parents,
Okay.
you knew you had the power to stop them. Your power. Amazing power.
So here's my opinion. Vice Chair Elsler, here's my opinion. Number one, after reading it, it has a lot of Prime Minister on it. So if you're going to be doing that by yourself, you better make dang good sure that there's going to be good people that can do all of the stuff that we would need for a security force or anything of that matter. So I guess it kind of boils down to, I would be more comfortable with it. It was just, if it was you and someone else with that experience. Got me?
Yeah.
So that is kind of what I'm leaning toward. Only because making a security force and making an army or a militia, it requires experience of some kind.
Yeah.
Not just, you can pick anybody, willy-nilly. That's just not how this works. You got to find people that we can trust, find people that won't try and find government secrets if there were any. Just saying. You got to be able to depend on them. So dependability counts on top of timeliness. So let's say for drills, things, practice, training, they had to be able to make it to those on time. We're also going to be looking at their own experience. I mean, yes, we can probably do, you know, maybe out of high school into 18 years old or something like that, as long as they can handle themselves pretty well and they can be easily trained, easily kind of molded into that. But the problem is that if they would even want to, and then that's true. But like, you have to go off of experience on top of how are you going to run this militia? How is it going to be able to run with, you know, just one person that's running the charge? Who knows the history behind militias and how they should work? Yes, granted. But we're also looking at somebody that doesn't have on the ground basic actual experience in order to be able to prepare them for that experience. See, a lot of making it a militia or deciding who goes what, where in ranks, you have to go based off not only the experience of them, but the experience of yourself. I mean, yeah, we could try and Genghis Khan it, but the thing with Genghis Khan, he had his father who was also taught by his father. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much you have to be kind of raised in that kind of environment in order to really be able to establish more or less, pick people, more or less add ranking to someone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would just be more of a comfortable thing. Like if you had someone with that background experience to help make these decisions. Okay. So like, let's say if you decide to choose somebody and my laptop's about to die. Let's see, you try and choose somebody. All right. And the person that you choose, you know, they're just out of high school and they're trying to, and they want to make a little something of themselves. That's fine. Perfectly okay. Yes, pretty. Yes. Oh my God. Hello.
Senator Ivar, go ahead.
So like Austin, I was just thinking, 'cause I grew up in a military family, but a military family is not the same thing as militia, if you know what I mean.
I don't know.
So you got to find people that has been raised in militia and not military. But I was also raised in a military family. My uncle has served. My great grandpa has served. My grandpa has served in the military. So they taught me everything I needed to know to handle a weapon and everything. So you gotta find people that knows militia instead of military, if you know what I mean.
Militia are just civilians that know how to fight. That's the
Yeah, I'm done speaking.
Okay. So my hands raised. I got it. I agree with Ube in that because finding people that are raised in militia 10 times more different than are people that are raised from military. I came from a military family. My father's my father, grandfather, and my grandfather, and then my dad served in the military. On top of my brother and my brother-in-law. So they've even said that it's similar, but it's not the same. So when you talk about doing a militia, you actually have to find someone that can be a militia person. And they're two completely different things with similar aspects. All right. So that's kind of what makes this hard. Because, yeah, it can be just citizens that can fight, like you said. But we have to have someone that, yes, in a militia-based type thing, there has to be some kind of leadership other than just a government official such as yourself. Has to be someone that can understand him, someone that can actually work with them, and know where they're coming from. And that's pretty much off the basis of what Senator Ube said as well. Or Senator Ivar, whatever he wants to go by. But that's pretty much what it comes down to. You have to be able to have someone with you that can understand that and work with that, with the citizens, not just going in it by yourself and expect a good outcome. You know what I'm saying? Because ranking and things like that, that's military. Militia, 10 times different. 10 times different, should I say. It's not just citizens that can fight, it's citizens that have a leadership that's military based in a way, but not military. It's not in a governmental construct. It's more of a, how can I word that? It's more of a, like a, oh, what's that word? It's more of a non-governmental construct. So to throw a government official to run it, that's going to be difficult. That's pretty much where militias come from. It's a non-governmental construct, usually fighting for something that they believe in. Like, look at the Oath Keepers militia thing. They're based off of something that they believe in, because they believe in freedom and everybody should be able to have guns, things of that nature. So what do, they form like this little small group, and then eventually grows because there's more people that kind of start falling in love with those beliefs. So they kind of go into that group and then they get taught all these different things. It's pretty much what it boils down to. Did I say that right, Ivar?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. All right. So yeah, it's just, it can't just be you by yourself running it. It has to be someone with those same beliefs that can help you out in running something like that, like a militia. Because if you do it by yourself as a government person, it could fall and backfire real bad. Really, really bad. Because then instead of militia, you're making a government military or a government security force. And that's something that kind of would be kind of hypocritical, considering like what we're being founded on. But anyways, you may speak and testify a little more about it if you think, you know, we're missing something.
Well, your whole private security companies.
Private security is a different thing than militia.
I know.
Private security can be privatized
Yeah.
for one specific person or one specific group if need be. Yes, that's different. But in your
go along with our current situation, not really for the island or anything.
But in NRS 2.007 of this bill, it says the Prime Minister is the Commander-in-Chief of the Nixie Volunteer Militias. They will be given ranks, titles for security purposes. you can't just be the sole commander-in-chief. You have to have a vice in order to help with that. So that way it can be easier run and not just all on you as a government official. You can be the head of it. You can be the main person that can maybe guide the vice. That's fine. We can work with that. But we're also looking at still what people would deem as militia and sense thereof. So we just have to be really, really careful with treading those waters. Instead of becoming a militia, it goes on to a full-on military. You get my drift?
Yeah.
And just like I said earlier, a privatized security force is 10 times more different than just a security militia.
Permission to speak.
Permission granted.
See, a militia. Do agree with Moran. What's your name?
Just call me.
Madam Chairwoman.
Yeah, I'm the chairwoman here. I'm the head honcho.
Okay, chairwoman. I agree with the chairwoman. Militia fights for something that they believe in. It'll be much easier to find and more easier to handle is the private military or private security or private, you have to pay them, but if you find the right one for the right thing, it's much easier on you to do that instead of having a private relationship. You get what I'm saying, Austin?
Yeah.
That's just my thought.
Okay. Madam Clerk, anything you would like to add?
Honestly, I agree with you say, but in my opinion, there are some people out there that will probably try to make their own rules to what it concerns militia or any type of government. And they will try to overrule the person that rules them just so they would have the power. So I definitely agree with what you say. We have to be absolutely careful in what people you add to that type of group.
You can't push us around like that.
That sounds about right.
Little did they know, they set themselves up for destruction. Let's just get out of the way.
Does anyone have any other opinions?
Vice Chairman, do you have anything else to add to your bill before we begin the vote?
No, Madam Chair, I do not.
Senator Ivar, do you have anything else to add before we begin the vote?
Nope.
Okay. Madam Clerk, do you have anything else to add before we begin the vote?
No, ma'am. Should I go ahead and start the votes?
Yes.
All right. Madam Chairwoman, do you vote yay or nay?
I would vote yay, but there's got to be some changes first. So for now, it'll be nay.
All right. All right. Prime Minister Elsler, do you vote yay or nay?
Abstain.
All right. Senator Ivar, do you vote yay or nay?
Nay.
So that would be.
Heavy backstory. We fight crime because you
So that would be what? 2 nays, 1 yay.
The man you trusted.
So House Bill 15 has not Been
All
approved.
right. Now that you're a superhero, I have a mission for you. I need you to go.
Based on the votes that was given today. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm just correcting the clerk. It's the votes are 2 nays and 1 abstain.
2 nays and 1 abstain. Okay. So, House Bill 15 does not pass the vote with 2 nays, 0 yays, 1 abstain, and 4 absent. Next.
All right. That would be House Bill number 10.
Alrighty, we all could redirect our attention to House Bill. Yes, Austin.
I was just making sure that my request was standing about House Bill 8 being the next one.
Your request was if House Bill 15 passed. We could talk about House Bill 8.
Well, no, it's to be discussed after House Bill 15 is done. Not that if it passed, just if it's done. Because regardless if House Bill 15 passed or not, if any bill regarding statutes.
Sorry. Okay, fine. But we will talk about that after. Okay, fine. I guess we can go ahead and get started on House Bill 8, since at the request of Vice Chairman. We'll go to House Bill 8. Did you already send it, Austin, is the question.
I send it.
Yes.
Good. Because if he didn't send it, it wasn't going to happen.
Would you guys like me to read it out to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Madam Clerk, just the number, title, and the sponsor. That's all. Thank you.
All right. We are now working on House Bill number 8. The title is A Bill Regarding Proposing Creating Chapters for the Nixon 5 Statuses. Sponsor, Vice Chairman Austin Elsler.
Okay. Where is it, Austin?
Just scroll up in the group chat.
I did.
It was posted around 8:24 p.m. today.
I see HJR4, HJR3, HJR2. Oh, there it is. Why is it up there? Why is it so high up?
Because it's the first one I posted.
Yes, Prime Minister Elsler.
I would just like to add before we begin talking about or passing House Bill 8 entirely or whatever the hell we're doing with House Bill 8, that I am proposing yeah, like how it's supposed to work is like before we pass or fail House Bill 8, we got to make sure if you guys want to add in the floor amendments or not. So like if you they have one floor amendment, like say if you vote on a floor amendment first, then that means House Bill 8 will be passed with those extra amendments in there. And everything like that, and then that's basically how it works. So I recommend talking about the floor amendments to House Bill 8 first, and then having a vote whether to pass those floor amendments or not, and then
Oh, it's Sophie. Yes, I've heard of it.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. I'll see you on the internet. Don't swear, simple fun. Check it out sometime. You'll need more followers before I help you with you.
Has everybody already read the House Bill 8?
I'll help you with you, but you have no
Alright.
problem, okay?
Does anybody
I
have an
read it.
opinion on it?
Austin, you're on the stand for testifying first on this one now. So,
that was the whole plan. So
uh-huh.
that was the plan. So
Okay. You are on the testifying stand for your bill, so go ahead and try and sell it.
So House Bill 8. It's about creating something that we've already passed a while ago. I forgot what House Bill it was. We created one of those new laws called the Nix Revised Statutes, or NRS for short. And now with this bill, for the first time, we're creating the chapters for the NRSs so they can exist.
You can.
Basically what it is, it's all about
Unicameral
bill.
Beyond that, takes time and space.
So, but before I get ahead of myself, I'd like to explain about House Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 8, which is adding Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 onto the list.
Oh, hello, new kid. I hope you're better
Okay.
staying out of trouble than
Chapter 5,
you PJs, kid. You see, Butters, could you tell him he's grounded again?
I thought I put... Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, that's where I was confused for a second. Adding Chapter 5, and then adding Chapter 6. That's the first House Floor Amendment. So I want to request to vote on House Floor Amendment 1 to the House Bill 8 before we continue on.
Okay. Senator Ube, is there anything that you would like to add to this bill? Anything you would like to add? Sorry, guys, I'm starting to get my tired voice. Senator Ube?
I know nothing about the amendments because I probably wasn't there for the beginning.
Fair. I think that's fair. Madam Clerk, is there anything you would like to add about the House Bill 8?
I don't really know these kind of things like you guys do, so I don't have a strong opinion in the matter. So I don't think it would actually count. Kind of.
You don't think your opinion matters? Is that what I'm hearing, Madam Clerk?
Well, the thing is, with what I'm reading on here for House Bill 8, I kind of didn't really understand what I was reading. I mean, I had the basics for it of what it's about. but it's not to my very strong knowledge. That's what I'm trying to explain it anyways.
So dirty. So dirty.
Okay.
Yes, Prime Minister Elsler.
Madam Chair, to help this floor about House Bill 8.
Sorry, I don't follow just anyone on social media.
And it's fine that the others don't understand.
Not now, kid.
But all I'm requesting right now is for the
Hey,
first House Floor Amendment 1 to be voted on. See if you guys are okay with adding 2 more chapters onto the list, and we can move on to House Floor Amendment 2.
Okay, nice.
House Floor Amendment 1, 2, House Bill.
Alrighty. That makes it a little better. As I say, because how this bill is worded is very confusing if they haven't, like in Senator Ube's case, haven't been in there from the beginning. So it's kind of hard for him to figure out, like, okay, what the heck is he talking about? So that's fair. I can understand that a little better. So now with that little tidbit that our nice vice chairman has given us, is there any opinions from the Madam Clerk now?
Honestly, I have to think about it a little bit more. So at the moment, I do not have any more opinions.
Well, I guess we have enough YouTube that we can sell these.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you. Senator Ube, is there any?
Nope.
Alrighty. So I guess I'll just go again. Because I'm a griller, apparently, on these things. Anyways, so, Vice Chair, when you sponsored this bill, or when you made it, it was for the intention for us to be able to add on anything that we didn't get to add on intentionally, correct?
Is to create chapters for general laws.
Again, creating chapters for general laws, anything that we didn't get to add in the first time, if we so felt the need to, correct?
Yes, because all we did the first time was make constitutional amendments, and we made laws that we thought would fit in the Constitution paper itself, but that's not how laws are made. Laws are made in a separate book. So
Fair. I understand that. So with the intention of this House Bill 8, in order to fix or add in chapters to the amendments that was once then created on our awesome Constitution, I think this would probably be a good one. Like if we need to add in something for, say, amendment that we didn't get a chance to add into, or add it as another clause so that way the people, whenever we start getting more of them, because we just gained 2 citizens today, which is yay. Which is going to be awesome for them too, because maybe they don't understand something or they feel like it's too vague. We'll be able to add in other things into these amendments, such as chapters or reasonings why these amendments were created. So I think it's pretty fair. So with that being said, I guess we'll go ahead and move on to the vote then.
All right.
Since has a clear opinion.
All right. Madam Chairwoman, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 8?
Yay.
Yes, Prime Minister Elsler.
Madam Chair, are we passing the entire House bill, or are we passing House Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 8?
We're passing House Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 8.
Okay, because then after that we got to talk about House Floor Amendment 2 that I also want to add on to House Bill 8 that we haven't gotten to talk about yet. But I'm waiting till the first floor amendment passes. or fails or whatever. Well, if it fails, then
All right,
What?
I will.
I didn't hear that.
if House Floor Amendment 1 fails, House Floor Amendment 2 has to fail with it.
So they both coincide together. Well, I'm saying yay to House Floor Amendment 1. So,
All right. Prime Minister Elser, do you vote yay or nay for House Bill 8?
I vote yes on House Floor Amendment 1.
All right. Senator Ivar, do you vote yay or nay?
I'm gonna say yay only, but I'm gonna read them all later so I can more understand.
All right. So that makes all yays. So I guess House Bill number 8 has been officially passed. All right. Do we need to work on anything else? Yes, Sinister Ivar.
As soon as this meeting is over, I am gonna read them all.
All right. Prime Minister Elsler.
Yeah. Pause. It is House Floor.
Yeah, my God. Those are sixth graders. They're the most vile, evil beings known to superheroes. You guys.
Okay.
No.
Pause.
The whole House Bill 8 yet. It was just,
Tell them about my mom's beans, bro.
and that's what I'm trying to get to.
Go to the beach. There might be some beans in Wonder Woman.
So,
Sixth graders are way too
assuming
powerful.
everybody read House Bill Floor, or not House Bill, House Bill Amendment 1, that's the one we were voting on, and it passed. So now I would like to bring the discussion of House Floor Amendment 2 to the unicameral. We can discuss next House Bill 8. Those two floor amendments are for House Bill 8. They're just how the Madam Chair, I'll request that we move on now to House Floor Amendment 2, since we are now since House Floor Amendment 1 passed.
okay.
All right.
I'm ready to
Madam
test on House
Chairwoman.
Floor Amendment 2.
So what should we move on to now?
Please don't die, you kid.
What are you doing?
I tried to do something that didn't work.
All right. Well, I guess we'll move on to House Bill 8, Section 2.
House Floor Amendment 2.
Whatever it's called.
Just for-
House Floor Amendment.
We actually made it in that way, so we passed a bill that says it was
Yeah, we have House Bill 4 in the chat.
Okay, who's the next target of my unbridled rage?
Everyone's not. Everyone's going
Yeah,
What is this popping up on my screen? Oh, I did not want that. Lag my computer. Go away.
six graders are the
Floor Amendment 2, Madam Chair. Or do you just want to go ahead and just pass the entire House Bill 8 and vote on it so we can get the meeting over with?
I think we should probably just go on House Bill 8 as a whole. To be fair, because the House Floor Amendment 2, that's the same as the first one, just about, right?
Okay, well, it's reordering because we added 2 more chapters and I reordered it. That's the whole point of the second amendment. All I did was reorder it.
Yeah, see, that's...
Because I did some switching, so...
Right.
I mean, hey, if you read it, I mean, it'd be formal to vote on House Floor Amendment 2. Not here, so...
That's true. But I'm just thinking about it in terms of we don't have the other senator. Yeah, we don't have the other senator. We don't have the other senators here to really vote on this in total because of the. They were there from the beginning of when everything was made. We do have an interim.
Yeah.
For now. But he wasn't here for the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
And he said he would be able to read it all tonight. So I was thinking, hear me out. I was thinking we could probably hold off on voting on this one as a whole.
I mean,
Just because, just because I think it'll be not just in terms of fair, it'll give Ube a chance to actually read through everything since he's interim and he's still fairly new to this. So that way we can actually get a proper vote and see how everyone else would feel. At least that's my proposal anyways. Okay. I'm just thinking about this in terms of we could vote on it, but we're the only 3 people here, aside from Madam Clerk, who's not able to. Is she able to vote?
No.
Then yeah, aside from Madam Clerk, who's not able to vote. So that's kind of what I was leaning towards. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
We
Vice
already
Chair.
made a law that our legislators can vote after a bill has been passed on the floor to ensure that we get a final voting. There's like there's a grace period that we've already created for 72 hours, I believe. So
That's true too. I mean, yes, we did make that, but it'd be best for them to actually have an opinion on that. That's what I'm saying. They're not here to make that opinion. You know what I'm saying? Since they're not here to make that opinion, I don't know if really it'd be fair to vote with 3 veterans, 1 that can't vote, 2 that can vote, and 1 that's interim and still fairly new at this. I'm thinking about it in terms of this has to be kind of on an equal standing all around, and in terms of opinions, things of that nature. Because if we go ahead and pass it with just me and you, let's just say Ube says nay because he hasn't read through everything and he's still trying to figure it all out. You get where I'm going with this. Without that extra bit of opinion with him being new, I mean, it's gonna be hard for him to vote yay or nay on it anyways. Just being fair, Senator Ube, just being fair. Not trying to say that you're slow or anything like that, so don't take it that way.
Totally understand.
Yeah, so it's just one of those, I'm trying to be fair, even though they're not here. They're already going to get a reprimand and a write-up. But it's the point of, it just wouldn't be on equal standing. You get my drift, especially since Madam Clark can't vote. She's below me in the screen. Madam Clark can't vote. You can vote. I can vote. And Senator Ube is interim and fairly new. So that's the terms I was thinking on to kind of place this on a hold, not really saying abstain it altogether, but on a hold. But on a hold basis, not an abstain basis. You get my drift?
Yeah.
So that's kind of in terms of what I was thinking. Any suggestions?
Honestly, I go with your suggestion. We wait until the others can join us to vote for it.
Okay.
If this bill doesn't pass, House Bill 15 won't work. Oh wait, it never passed. Never mind. Sorry, my apologies. I forgot that it didn't pass.
It didn't pass because it had you as like
Oh, why?
the, you know, person, and we discussed the differences between of what you're wanting for militias versus privatized security versus privatized military. That's the reason why that didn't pass. If you had someone with experience in all three of those, different story. It probably would have. But yeah, I just think it'd be more fair, so that way the interim can actually have more of a difference of opinions versus 3, let him get the experience of everybody else too. Just my thoughts, my little suggestion out there. Because this bill right here, you're asking to go back and look at amendments, which he's not familiar with yet. So I'm just trying to think of it on terms of what'll be easier for everybody and not just, you know, the select few people that actually know because we helped create it. That are actually in this meeting because the others decided not to say anything if they could make it or not. So just kind of my little 2 cents.
So does anyone else have any opinions, or do we move on? All right, we shall move on. Should we work on another House bill, or should this meeting be over? Madam Chairwoman.
It is getting kind of late. But I mean, what about you, Vice Chair? What do you think? Can't just be all on me.
There's one more House bill.
Huh?
There's one more House bill. But I mean, if it's getting too late for everybody, then.
Okay. Senator Ube, what do you think?
I say, what were you guys talking about again?
Whether or not we should move on to another House bill or in the meeting.
Just another meeting.
What do you think?
Another meeting.
What do you think, Madam Clerk? Your opinion,
Honestly, I would think we should definitely end the meeting because this video has been recorded long enough for over an hour. So, and plus for the 3 of us, it's getting kind of late as well. So, we can schedule this meeting for another time. Have the others actually join us for real. And then we'll be able to get more done with more people.
Okay, that's kind of my thoughts exactly.
So, is everyone in agreement that the video should be ended?
No, but I'll go with it.
I know, Austin, you wanted to get through most of it today. I get it. I
But we
really
don't
do.
have everyone with us.
And I think a lot of it is kind of like we're stumped on House Bill 8 here. Because that's asking people really from the beginning to be able to vote on this too in person with their own opinions. Now, the grace period doesn't really grant them the right to do their opinion. That's the only issue with that. Grace period. It just allows them to either vote yay, nay, or abstain. From what I saw. So that's kind of why I'm thinking to myself that in order to House Bill 8 to fully succeed, I feel like everyone should be here, or at least a majority of the people that were here from the beginning. And that's kind of why I feel like if we actually had Senator Ross, if he didn't come in so late, and wouldn't been denied the meeting chambers if he didn't come in so late. So that kind of plays a huge part in it because he would be a good one to even talk about the militia part as well for House Bill 15. Especially if he decided to go ahead and be like, hey, can I just make a co-sponsor as well? Then maybe it would have passed easier. Because he actually knows a little bit more about that, Ron. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything. It's just, it would have made more sense if he was like, hey, I'll co-sponsor this. And then we all talked about it. And then that'd be a whole different ballgame with that one. That really would have been a whole different ballgame. Yes.
Well, since we're prepared to end this meeting, our first unicameral meeting since forever, the next scheduled unicameral meeting, which is the 7th one, will be July 4th.
You know that won't work, right?
No. Is that an okay schedule, or should it go further?
Change it. Change the schedule.
Fine, then we don't meet again until July 18th.
That's perfect because that gives me time to come back from my vacation. So, in other words, I will be unavailable for anything from the 12th to the 15th. Actually, technically the 11th from the 15th in July. So in that time frame, Austin, our Prime Minister and Vice Chairman, will be in charge. Only because it's going to be me, the King, and the Princess. We're all going to Gatlinburg. But really from the 11th, I'm going to go in for some lab work with my doctor's office. So it's going to be a busy week that week, and there's no way I'll be able to keep up with it.
So you said I'm in charge. Does that mean, wait. I mean, I don't know if I'm doing anything on July 4th, but do you still not want to have a unicameral session on July 4th then?
No unicameral session on July 4th.
Okay.
Next one will be on July 18th for the rescheduled date because July 4th is a holiday and not everyone's going to be available.
Okay.
Especially since people are probably going to get drunk. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine.
And I don't want no intoxicated senators on the chat because God forbid, that'll be horrible. So that'll be what we'll plan for.
That's how the Irish Parliament works. I mean, that's how they get over their arguments. It's all for beer.
Yeah, except we all don't drink beer here. So that's what we'll plan for. July 18th. Be prepared. And make it known that everybody that didn't attend this meeting will have the royal decree that I should have been more forceful on to begin with Herbert, but that's coming now because I'm gonna send him a message after this telling him, hey, this has been your third time missing. It's actually technically second time missing because he did try and then we lost him. And I don't want to count that one against him because there was a try, there was an attempt, and then we lost him. Ain't no telling if he was able to get in a spot where he probably didn't get busy or lost connection. So this would be his fourth time, really? Right, Austin? Without telling anybody he won't be able to make it?
I don't think he's ever really been to any of our meetings.
Okay, so I'm saying since the royal decree was enacted, this will be his third or fourth time. So I'm going to start taking action on that. I'm actually making a draft of it as we speak.
I think you made the royal decree in February, I think.
I was saying the draft for his write-up. For his reprimand. Senator Ross will also receive one as well. Even though the time zone difference, he was well aware that it was going to be 8:30. He should have known to be on it at 7:30 his time. No excuse. Caitlin will also receive one as well for not notifying that she won't be able to make it. And Chelsea won't receive one because she did notify me prior to. So she won't receive one. And since your mom's unavailable still to attend these meetings, she probably won't be getting one either because she did say that the interim for her is Ube, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So it'll be Ross, Herbert, and Caitlin that will all be getting royal decreed pretty much for not notifying ahead of time if they would be able to make it or not. So there will be consequences for that. Senator Ross is going to just have to deal with it. And so is Caitlin. She just got to deal with it. Herbert, if I even get anything back from him, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's getting ready to be, because he's not been active. There's hardly anything from him. And then when we do hear from him, it's like a quick hit or miss. So I think it's about maybe time for us to start looking for another senator anyways. Which of course we will have updating news on that soon, irregardless, because there will be possibly two more, one in the supremacy branch and one for the executive branch, that was actually interviewed today, but they have to go through the final processes. So we'll see how that goes. And let's see, another update would be we are kind of coming around the corner here of where summer is starting to reach its peak. So I don't know where you're at, Ube, but here in Kentucky, we're expecting our first triple-digit temperature rise on Wednesday. So everybody just stay cool. Don't pass out. Drink plenty of water. And if you don't have water, definitely do Gatorade, Powerade, something. That'll help with the electrolytes and hydration. What? Senator Elsler.
Nothing, just
Of course. Make sure that if you're outside, wear sunscreen if possible. If not, try and stay in shaded areas. and just kind of keep a heads up on yourself if you start feeling lightheaded, dizzy, can't really find balance, things of that nature. Take a seat, try to find somewhere shaded before you do, so that way you're not trying to push yourself too far. Monitor yourself, because heat stroke and heat sickness is a thing. Definitely don't want to see you in that predicament. I don't want to see nobody in that predicament. It's not fun. Let's see here. And just be weary of also other things that have been happening in and around. Some things which I came to my attention, which is where people are confusing fireworks, booms with gunshots. That's been kind of been reported now. I stay up to date on everything. So just kind of be weary a little bit. Make sure your dogs are comfortable when it comes to July 4th, because there's going to be a lot of anxiety, way more for pets than for humans. So just kind of make sure they're comfortable, because there's going to be a lot of anxiety ridden animals. Even cats kind of react to these loud noises, and so do dogs. Just kind of see if you can maybe wrap them in like a weighted blanket, or just kind of cause some weight to the blanket, whatever you use for them, to kind of help them stay calm and just comfort them as much as possible, because July 4th is usually a big firework holiday, and so those loud noises will affect them. And then, oh, let's see here. Also, hopefully everyone had a chance to welcome our 2 new citizens that have joined our queendom. It's kind of interesting how all that happened, but we'll get into the story of that later. And I think this meeting is adjourned. So I second that we end the meeting. Vice Chair?
I agree.
Senator Ube?
What?
I
My phone's lagging really bad.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine. I was just getting ready to adjourn the meeting, and you just have to say I agree or I.
All right.
Okay. Madam Clerk?
Aye.
Alrighty, so the first unicameral returning session is now adjourned until July 18th. And there will be multiple notifications about this. And hopefully those who get a chance to watch this recording, they also be able to see that I said this multiple times. July 18th is the next one. If you want any chance to really air out your opinions amongst everybody, please be there. Thank you so much, and let's have a good rest of our night, and long live the Queen.